KIRO 7 TV meteorologist Robert Van Winkle explains.
We're going to get rain on and off all day today, and we could be talking another inch or two around Puget Sound. But the wind advisory is the thing you need to know that's been added for today. This is going to go until 10 o'clock tonight. This is not just a morning event. We're going to have 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts all across the area all day, on and off all day. The ground is already pretty saturated, so you know what that means. The chance for trees coming down is pretty good in this situation.
The Tolt River near Carnation is at a major flood stage. Flooding shut down Northeast Tolt Hill Road for several hours Tuesday. KIRO 7 TV's Samantha Lomibao has details.
Flowing from Fall City to Carnation, people watch the river crest just above 58 feet.
You could see the river on the other side just blasting, and yeah, it was a pretty neat thing to see.
I can see the water slowly coming in, so I believe that whole farm area is going to be underwater.
The Snoqualmie River poured into the Tolt River, submerging Northeast Tolt Hill Road and closing it all day. State Route 203 was also shut down for hours.
In Pierce County, a growing number of road closures are being blamed on floodwaters from the Puyallup and Carbon rivers. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman was in Ording Tuesday.
Pierce County Emergency Management is keeping a close eye on the rivers.
For the Puyallup, the Nisqually, the White River, and the Carbon River are all concerns for us,
which can present all kinds of dangers.
Floodwaters are often filled with debris, so that's something that we're obviously concerned about.
A history many in Ording are familiar with.
We've had floods like this before, so it's normal, but it's expected to be a lot worse.
That's why this group decided to fill up sandbags for those who could be impacted.
It's been a busy week for Puget Sound Energy as this atmospheric river continues to dump several inches over Washington.
On average, we have between 30 to 40 crews ready for a storm. And when we start looking at bringing other crews in, those guys will come from other states, whether it be Idaho, Oregon in the past. We've even had some from Canada.
PSE told us they also prep for storms throughout the year by replacing poles, running lines underground, and upgrading the strength of wiring wherever possible.
That was KIRO 7 TV's Gary Horker. Tuesday morning, Seattle Mayor-elect Katie Wilson announced the members of her transition team, and she talked about what's next. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
On the list are some familiar names and some unknowns. Transition chairs include Karen Estvanen, Tiffany McCoy, Quinn Pham, and Brian Surratt, who will also serve as Wilson's only deputy mayor, a departure from past administrations. Mayor-elect Wilson explains why.
Brian's been around. He's got a long history at the city, deep city experience, and Brian comes very, very highly recommended by many people across the political spectrum.
In Seattle, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
A man accused of attacking a 75-year-old woman in downtown Seattle is now charged with first-degree assault. Casey McNerthy in the King County Prosecuting Attorney's Office says the 42-year-old struck the woman in the face with a wooden stick embedded with metal screws near 3rd and James last Friday.
She's surviving, but what police said is that she might lose sight in one of her eyes, and that's just awful.
He's due in court tomorrow for arraignment. And a man who lost his toe while being held by ICE in Tacoma will not be deported, at least for now.
A judge had ordered 37-year-old Greggy Sorio, a 4-time convicted criminal, deported back to the Philippines. But the Seattle Times reports a judge has put a temporary hold on that until December 22nd. Sorio's not fighting his deportation, but says he wants to be released from custody so he can go to his doctor's appointment and get medical care. Advocates have said detainees like Sorio have faced long delays for medical treatment. His attorney tells The Times it wasn't until Sorio was anemic and vomiting blood that ICE took him to the hospital. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
For your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic right now, there is a crash on southbound I-5 just before exit 166. We got a lot of emergency crews. All 3 lanes to the right are blocked, but traffic is moving slowly through the left lane. Otherwise, Everett to Seattle about 32 minutes, Linwood to Seattle about 22 minutes. And for your KIRO News Radio forecast on this Wednesday morning, get ready for more heavy rain and winds. Highs today will be in the mid-50s. Right now, it's about 55 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, our Chris Sullivan with a choke point. Light rail over the lake is in its final phase. We'll have details on that next. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This hour of Seattle's Morning News is brought to you by Closets by Design Seattle.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
For 50 seasons,
sold out Kingdome as the Seahawks get ready to go down on the field.
When it comes to passion,
The blitz is on, the ball pops loose, picks it up in the 15 to the 10 to 5, touchdown Seahawks!
and noise.
Make a little noise. He's resetting his running backs. Penalty flags all over the place. They're going to blow the play dead.
And dedication. It's always the 12s, celebrating 50 seasons of Seahawks football. Visit Seahawks.com/tickets today.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth.
Having some certainty about your plan is definitely going to give you all the advantages.
Chris has the heart of an educator.
If you really want to do this correctly, then you get to enjoy every day of retirement like it's a Saturday. And if you don't, it's a Monday for the rest of your life.
Tune in to The Money Professor with Chris Longworth, Saturdays at 8 a.m., right here on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Hey, oh, let's go.
Now, Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
Presented by Carter Subaru.
Well, you can expect to see light rail trains crossing Lake Washington sometime this month. Sound Transit is about to start the final phase of testing before opening for service.
And here with the details is our Chris Sullivan.
Up to now, Charlie, only a few train cars have gone across the lake, being pulled along the tracks during load testing. Now it's time for them to make the trip under their own power. Sound Transit's Rochelle Cunningham says revenue testing is about to begin.
We've been doing system integration testing. That's one of the phases that all of our extensions go through before opening. So that's been going on for a month or two, and we're about completed with that. That's almost successfully completed.
So the train should start rolling soon.
Around mid-December, we should move into that phase, and that will mean that people will see trains running across the I-90 floating bridge, throughout the day.
They have to make sure that the trains are running right. They have to get them up to speed. They have to get them up to time. And of course, this is also the time that they train the operators on how to go across the floating bridge. Cunningham says the goal is to start service before the start of the World Cup.
We don't have an official opening date yet, but we can can confidently say it will be before May 31st.
All right, so now we have a calendar date that we can hold them to.
Confidence.
Yes, Sound Transit really working hard, they say, to try to get this done even sooner. Now, the project across the lake is running 3 years behind schedule. Revenue service was set to begin in 2023 before a series of issues put it behind. I remember walking along the tracks in the middle of the lake of July of 2019 when the Sound Transit engineer who pioneered the design to take light rail across a floating bridge, something that has never been done before in human history. It was so amazing to see the concrete blocks or plinths being used to help the rail remain stable on a floating surface. Even engineer John Sleeman appeared impressed by his own work.
We tested our trains from walking speed up to 55 miles an hour, which is our maximum running speed, to prove that it works. So a lot of time and effort went into making sure this unique design that's never been done anywhere in the world could accommodate this.
John has since retired, but I'm sure he'll be very excited to get on one of those first trains going across the bridge. Just a few months after that site visit, though, it became clear that there was a problem with those plinths. They were bad. They had to be replaced. The track had to come up. It was a devastating blow. Then came the pandemic. Then there was a concrete driver's strike for a couple of months, and here we are, 3 years late. Sound Transit's Cunningham says it will be a huge deal to get trains across the lake.
Everyone is super excited about this. I mean, we're going to have so many more options for getting around the entire region once this opens. So everybody is very excited. These are some very cool technologies that we have on the I-90 floating bridge, and it's just going to be a world's first. We're super excited about that.
I've long said that the public won't feel the complete impact of light rail's expansion until it gets across Lake Washington, because basically you're just running up and down I-5. Opening up the east side to mass transit will be a game changer. While it likely won't take a huge percentage of cars off the lake bridges or improve congestion much, light rail will provide a much faster and more reliable trip for those who use transit currently. Remember, trains don't get stuck in traffic, but buses do.
True.
Well, to paraphrase Jay-Z, we
Why
have
wouldn't we, really?
99 problems, but the plinth ain't one.
Well, yeah, that was a problem.
Not anymore, though.
No,
they've got that fixed. All sorts of other issues.
Yeah, of course, but and of course the proof is in the pudding. Going from Mount Baker, going on that transition to the floating bridge, and the transition from the floating bridge. They say they've got it nailed. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'll be on the first train.
I was just going to say the same thing.
I'll see if. Yeah. I mean, it's not like things have not fallen into Lake Washington before in our history.
Nick, we actually need you to do something for the show.
Okay.
Go ride the train on the first day.
I'll send Big Game Nate Connors for the to do that and get some sound.
I'll create problem number 100 for you.
Yeah, it's but this is a big deal. I mean, getting across the lake will really expand the service for people who want it. Provide people like for the World Cup to maybe stay on the east side and catch a train right to the stadiums, or even for Seahawk games, for people on the east side, they can go and park at one of the park and rides and catch the train. But again, we'll see. May 31st or earlier is what they said. So we'll see. But yeah, a huge engineering feat. It's exciting to see it happen. I know we give Sound Transit a lot of guff, and they deserve it for a lot of reasons. But this will be a game changer when it finally gets across the lake.
Genuinely excited to see those running across the lake. It'll be cool.
What's the station that will be the connection point?
Well, we're going to have one at Judkins Park, then you have Mercer Island, and then there are three along the way, I believe. And so
I just meant where the one and the two.
Oh no, that's in the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
And again, that's why they called them the 1 and the 2 line. So you need to start preparing for when you're like getting on in Linwood, and you want to make sure that you go and get off at the right place to catch the train to take you to the east side. Or now as you get on, to make sure you're going all the way to Federal Way to make you. So we're going to have to start paying attention as riders, or you might end up, instead of at T-Mobile, find yourself in downtown Bellevue.
All right, Sully, you can find out more at mynorthwest.com.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast on this Wednesday morning, lots of heavy rain on the way. Highs today will be in the mid-50s. Right now, it's about 55 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, G. Scott argues with Chris Sullivan over why Notre Dame University is not in the college football playoff. That's next. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Just how good is Pure Talk's current deal for unlimited wireless? Well, you might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Because right now, for just $29.95 a month, Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This is Pure Talk's top-tier plan. It comes with a crazy fast 5G network along with a 30-gig hotspot. And at just $29.95 a month, there has never been a better opportunity to lock in a ridiculously low rate for as long as you live. And save thousands and thousands of dollars along the way. This plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you will save over 50% every single month for the rest of your life. See what I mean? It really is the deal of your lifetime. Dial pound 250, say micro, offer ends 12/14. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rureka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Hey, it's John Curley. If you're having joint pain, this will interest you. Wednesday, December 17th, Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, is having a free live webinar to talk about stem cell therapy.
I'm really looking forward to this live webinar to educate on how using your own stem cells can be an extremely successful method to help regenerate native tissue in rotator cuffs, meniscus tears, and reduce pain in osteoarthritic joints.
What joints have you seen really good success with?
Shoulders, elbows, hips, knees, even wrists and ankles. And in this live webinar, we'll tell you all about the procedure, how simple and safe it is using your own stem cells, and how we determine if you're a candidate.
Learn about stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, one of the most experienced in the country with over 20,000 stem cell procedures. Go pain-free in 2026. Join his free live stem cell webinar, Wednesday, December 17th. Register at drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in store.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump has launched a new effort to sell his economic plans to Americans. He told a crowd in Pennsylvania last night that things are actually going great, and if they aren't, it's the Democrats' fault. CBS's Ed O'Keefe has more.
Voters CBS News spoke to in northeastern Pennsylvania disagree.
Truthfully, I think he's very out of touch. He doesn't come from a place of understanding.
The economy is not good. I don't see promises being kept. I think there's too much concentration on other countries.
Two major winter storms are moving across the country right now. Minneapolis took the brunt of a snowstorm last night. Here in the Pacific Northwest, it was rain putting lives in danger. Homes and cars left under several inches of water outside Seattle. Washington State Emergency Operations Center was activated yesterday at level 1. Governor Bob Ferguson says it's the highest level response. The National Guard is ready to respond at any moment to help with rescues and supplies. Heavy rain caused the Suquamish River to surge Tuesday as water spilled onto roads, homes, and farms. This Carnation resident told KIRO 7 TV.
I've never seen the water as high up as it was at Total Park today. It's the whole parking lot of the campground is flooded out.
The river could reach up to 11.7 feet just around 4 p.m. today. A major water surge from the Snohomish River could bring flooding to several cities. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin is in Sultan.
We're here at the Loggers. Looks like a bar and tavern in town just off of Route 2. You can see that this business has put up a lot of sandbags. Sandbags are available for people at the Public Works building up on 1st Street. If you still need to get them, looks like according to their Facebook page, they do still have some sandbags for people available.
As the atmospheric river continues, we will be dealing with standing water. Pierce County Sheriff's Deputy Carly Capetto says they had to tow several cars that got stuck yesterday morning.
We are encouraging people not to drive through bodies of water and bypass our road closure signs.
Otherwise, you could float away and deputies will have to rescue you. Capetto says often people who drive through standing water get stuck and end up drowning. Newly released flight deck audio and police video shed light on the dramatic night when an off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot tried to shut off a plane's engine mid-flight. Joseph Emerson, riding in the cockpit jump seat, can be heard saying, "I'm not okay," before a struggle ensued.
I'm not okay. You're okay? What's that?
The flight made an emergency landing in Portland where Emerson was taken off the aircraft in handcuffs. Prosecutors say Emerson admitted he had taken psychedelic mushrooms just days earlier. He has since been sentenced to time served and supervised release. The Seattle City Council voted to approve a new contract between the city and the Seattle Police Officers Guild. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
In the end, the SPOG contract passed by a margin of 6-3. The opposition, including Councilmember Rob Saka, cited the lack of police accountability and full subpoena power for civilian oversight.
I cannot justify spending so much more on officers right now who are already earning the most in the state while essential accountability tools remain missing.
Council members Alexis Mercedes Rink and Daniel Strauss also voted no. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
For your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic right now, Tacoma to Seattle about 35, Puyallup to Renton about 25 minutes, Marysville to Seattle about 35 right now. And for your forecast, more heavy rain on the way and high winds. Beware, winds will be up to at least 25 miles per hour. Rainfall, expect at least half an inch over our area. Right now, it's about 55 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News. Seattle's morning news. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime on mynorthwest.com.
You're already chuckling, Charlie.
Yeah. If you're watching the YouTube feed, you see them jawing at each other already. Let's set the stage, though. Bowl season is upon us for college football. UW is taking the LA Bowl against Boise State Saturday. Wazoo versus Utah State in the Potato Bowl in a couple weeks.
One team that will not be participating in a bowl game is Notre Dame.
G, take it away.
First, I want to say good morning to everybody, and I want to just say this. This is very important. I believe that Notre Dame should have been in the college playoff. Okay, I want to be very clear about that. Notre Dame's decision to boycott is a direct shot at ESPN. It's a direct shot by saying, hey, you guys want to pull that? Let me show you what I can do. However, this reinforces inequality that we have at all times because there are only those at the top that have the option to quit. You see, sometimes in this world, you might not like what your boss or your landlord or your neighbor or what this situation has for you, but you don't have the option to quit. You see, if you go if you were to go to your job right now, and let's just say you make X amount of dollars an hour and you feel that you are underpaid, you know that you are underpaid. You've talked to Sally, you've talked to Richard, they all make way more than you, you know. And you go into there and you said, hey, I'm not going to work here anymore because I'm underpaid. You have that luxury to quit because you have somebody at home that has a paycheck, so your job, an employer could be like, wait a minute, we need this person. Okay, we'll give you more. Some people only have the opportunity to quit. So while
before you get going, now do the other 9 teams.
The other 9 teams?
The other 9 teams that are not in their bowl game. Real quick. Do they have the means or not have the means?
Listen. I said Notre Dame deserves to be in. I'm only talking about Notre Dame. I don't have time.
Why? Because Notre Dame moves the needle. The other 9 don't. Name me one of the other teams that left college decided not to go to a bowl game.
Sully,
are they quitting?
No. I don't disagree that Notre Dame has the ability to move the needle. I'm just trying to reinforce the message that happens in the world.
Right, but your message is wrong. Inequality. If inequality was the issue, name the other 9 teams. Don't they have the means?
Wait.
Do they have the means?
Okay.
Where's the inequality? Don't they have the means? They're
obviously
not doing their thing.
No, listen. When I say that what reinforces inequality is there are only certain people or situations that have the ability to quit.
Right, 10 teams.
Sometimes you don't have the ability to quit. What other teams are saying that they're quitting this year?
10 other teams that are not accepting bowls for a variety of reasons. So they don't. So where's the inequality? None of them are Notre Dame. But why are you talking about Notre Dame? Because
the producer asked me to come in and talk about Notre Dame.
Because they're the top draw in college football.
I'm
and always
just
have
scoot
been.
down a little bit.
Just out of curiosity, the other team, so it's Notre Dame, Kansas State, Iowa State, Florida State, Auburn,
They're 10
UCF, Baylor, Rutgers, and Temple. Those
Right.
are all the teams.
So they obviously have the means as well.
They have the means. Okay.
Or do they?
Okay.
It's easy to take shots at Notre Dame. I get it. I've been taking it my whole life, but that's okay. I understand. I know you know that they belong in the playoff.
I don't know. Again, I just, before I go, one last message. When privileged folks quit, it just reinforces the double standard that is happening.
Yes, Temple, way to emphasize your privilege, Temple.
Manda, you gonna kick me out?
You may be excused because I'm scared.
Temple emphasizing their privilege, baby.
Hey,
Woo, way to go, Temple.
Can you pull David out from underneath the bus, by the way? Thank you, G.
Coming up, we'll have national headlines. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
The Northwest's trusted news source.
We're learning that it was two brothers who were fatally shot in Lacey.
KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
More than 140,000 fentanyl pills and powder were seized.
Experienced voices you trust.
A fierce budget fight is coming down to the wire.
Coverage you can depend on.
King County's $20 billion budget.
KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
It's always such a pleasure for me to catch up with you, Shannon O'Kelly, President and CEO of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. And as I understand it, calendar year is wrapping up. There's never a better time to take care of your aches and pains. Why?
Well, it's always a great time to come see us here at IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. We'll take care of your aches and pains. We'll get you better. But particularly, Brock, at the end of the year, most people have met their deductibles. They may have HSA, may have FSA funds. So use the opportunity to use your insurance to treat those aches and pains so you're not taking them into the new year. So you're healthy, fit, and you're excited about the new year. That's what it's all about. Here at IRG, we are so dedicated to making sure our patients really understand the insurance because it's a complex world. So when you call us, we're going to help you navigate your insurance. But I will tell everybody listening right now, if you've met your deductible, get your aches and pains treated here at IRG. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of your insurance. We'll take care of your family. We'll take care of everybody.
Clinics up and down the Puget Sound for you to go visit or see them online at irgpt.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
For CBS News Brief, President Trump addressed a packed campaign-style rally in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania last night.
We did it. Not me. We did it. And now, after just 10 months in office, I'm pleased to report that America is winning again.
He tried to ease concerns about the economy ahead of an expected decision from the Fed today on an interest rate cut. The mayor's office in Miami going blue for the first time in almost 30 years. Democrat Eileen Higgins has defeated Emilio Gonzalez in a runoff election.
Well, we did it. Buenas noches, Miami.
Parents of nearly 200 children conceived through sperm banks in Europe have been told their kids will almost certainly develop cancer. CBS's Vicky Barker.
The Danish sperm bank, which sold the sperm across the EU, now admits it was used to make too many babies in some countries.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
For your KIRO News Radio forecast on this Wednesday morning, prepare for more heavy rain and wind because the atmospheric river is not done with us yet. And right now, it's about 55 in downtown Seattle. Coming up, New York Times investigative reporter David Farenthold breaks down the biggest news of the week. I'm Katrina Gashard. You're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. 2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. Catch Cal, Julio, and the crew at T-Mobile Park with year-round savings, no ticket fees, and more. You've got two great options. Reserved memberships let you lock in the best locations in the ballpark, whether you want to catch 20 games or the whole season. Or go with a flex membership and choose your seats, games, and number of tickets as you go.
There it goes! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh.
Come on board today at mariners.com/26.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
83 or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
83 or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
Draining again.
How can you...
Apollo Plumbers are that good.
83 or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83 or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
We call up New York Times investigative reporter David Farenthold to discuss the big national stories of the week.
David, good morning. Let's start with the announcement this week that President Trump plans to give a total of $12 billion to help American farmers. Where's that money coming from?
Well, you and me. There are some programs that are funded by tariffs and other things that the Agriculture Department has that it can use to help farmers or fight hunger. So there are some leftover funds left to do this, but a lot of this is coming from taxpayers. This is needed because of Trump's trade deals. China stopped buying soybeans. That's hurt a lot of soybean farmers because China was one of their main markets, and also the inflation and costs of things like farm equipment, tractors, things like that have really squeezed farmers. So this is an attempt to sort of buy off that key constituency, although it's not nearly enough to make up for the losses.
And this is something that has happened in the past with the previous Trump administration also running into a similar situation. Could they not have foreseen this coming again?
You're right that almost exactly the same thing happened in the first Trump term. And no, I guess they didn't see it coming. China has an enormous amount of leverage over the United States in these negotiations because it's this giant market for soybeans. And in the first Trump term, they agreed to buy a bunch more soybeans to try to, make up for lost time and didn't. And this time around in October, the Trump administration and China made another trade deal in which they promised to buy a whole bunch of soybeans. And so far, according to the Agriculture Department, they haven't. So that leaves farmers squeezed. And what Trump does is sort of try to bandage it by giving them a handout.
How soon will they get the help?
It should come to them pretty soon. The question is, is it enough? Does it make a difference? Like for people, if you're dealing with the high cost of inflation and also this uncertain market, would you stay in a business that now is sort of dependent on a kind of unpredictable government handout?
Let's move to NVIDIA because it was a big victory for them yesterday. Trump administration approving the sale of that chip, which is crucial to AI technology, to China. What is your analysis here, David?
Well, these are sort of the second or third best kind of chips that NVIDIA has to sell. China has wanted them for a long time. This is certainly a product of lots of sucking up to Trump by NVIDIA. You know, like so many of these companies, they've tried to make a personal sort of connection with the president, and he's responded by giving them more freedom to sell in China. You know, there's two questions. One, you know, will China want these chips? It's trying to create its own homegrown semiconductor industry. And number two, if they do, is NVIDIA going to regret this because China will just copy the technology and then create a company that will compete against them? But for now, NVIDIA seems to really want this market, and they've lobbied Trump a long time to get it.
Trump has said 25% of these new AI sales will be paid to the U.S. How does that work?
Well, that's part of the deal. He's, you know, one of these series of deals he's taken sort of a government stake in these companies, and he squeezed, because he has export control over in these NVIDIA chips, he squeezed them to give 25% of profits to taxpayers. Shows how much profit they think there will be if they're willing to give away 25% of it. But yes, that will go back to the U.S. taxpayer. This is part of his efforts, like the tariffs, to try to find alternative revenue sources that are not taxes.
I thought this was a national security concern. That was the reason given in the past for not doing this. What changed there?
You make a great point. That's the reason why we hadn't done this in the past, because we felt like China was an enemy and giving them advanced chips would make them a more powerful enemy. In this case, Trump seems to have decided that if you just pay a little bit, the national security concern goes away. So this legitimate national security concern becomes just sort of an excuse to extract a little toll from somebody on the way by.
I wanted to ask you about this Warner Brothers bidding war between Netflix and Paramount. This is getting very messy.
It is. So Warner Brothers, which owns CNN and a bunch of streaming services and a movie studio and a television studio, it's now trying to sell itself. And so there was Netflix has offered to buy some of it, the streaming side, from the most profitable side, and Paramount, which is owned by the son of a major Trump donor, remember, just recently bought CBS and changed CBS's news operation to be more Republican friendly. They're offering to buy. They're trying to hostile takeover, trying to buy all of Warner Brothers. And Paramount's pitch is basically like, look, Trump controls this because of rules about media consolidation, and so we're better friends with Trump. And as part of that, the Wall Street Journal reported that Paramount has been telling Trump that he can finally have some influence over CNN. CNN's been sort of a bugbear for Trump for many years, but they want to change CNN to make it more Trump friendly. So this is not at all how this process is supposed to work. In fact, it's the opposite of how the process is supposed to work. What's supposed to the process of ensuring media diffusion and preventing sort of consolidation of the media was meant to stop people from controlling, and monopolizing the content. But now Trump is using it as a way to make, American media more friendly to him. It's a move we've seen in a lot of other countries like Hungary and Russia, but not here.
David, before we let you go, we wanted to ask a bit about your recent article. You're looking into what is supposed to be a very philanthropic Musk Foundation.
Yeah, so Elon Musk has one of the largest foundations in the country. He needed a tax break and got a tax break by donating a bunch of Tesla shares to this foundation. It's got $14 billion now. But what we found was that it is not very charitable in the traditional sense, and that it doesn't give very much of its money to other people, to other causes. Instead, what Musk does is mainly funnel money from his one foundation to other nonprofits that he controls, including one that runs a school right by one of his factories in Texas that could serve his employees. So he uses sort of the letter of the law to move money around, but doesn't follow the spirit of the law, which is that if you have a $14 billion foundation and you've got the tax breaks for it, you're supposed to use it to help the world, not just yourself.
What do we know about that elementary school in Texas?
So it is an extremely well-funded elementary school. It is about $607 million now, all given to it by the Musk Foundation. It's really small. It's in an old farmhouse, and it's about 2 minutes away by car from this whole complex of Musk businesses near Bastrop, Texas, kind of a rural area outside of Austin. So basically, this is an area where Musk wants a whole bunch of people who are highly educated to move to this rural area to work for his companies. And now this school, this nonprofit, is providing a perk for those companies by creating a great school right where he wants his employees to live. They don't have to rely on whatever rural school was there. So yes, that's the charity Musk has given so much of his money to, is something that provides an obvious benefit to him and his companies.
Always enjoy it when you join us on the show, David. David Fahrenthold, New York Times investigative reporter. Thank you.
Thank you.
For your KIRO Newsradio forecast, continuing heavy rain today and winds. Right now, it's about 55 in downtown Seattle. Coming up next, more of the top stories here on Seattle's Morning News. I'm Katrina Gashard.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Jason Rance here with our local tax expert and advocate Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. When it comes to the technology that the IRS is using, they're updating systems that haven't been updated in decades. And while that might sound great for them, it's usually bad for the taxpayer who owes.
It is, and their systems, unfortunately, they're just legacy systems. If you try to make an inquiry on some things, it's like you got to know how to use programming language to find it. But they are working on updating that system, and I hope that really they do, because they'll serve us better, the taxpayer better, and get things done quicker. The other thing they're doing is AI, just like every organization. So they're already using it to some extent to put in profile of certain things that they want to look for in a taxpayer and find those people and go after them or see what's going on, why they're not getting their money.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn, None Better Tax Resolution, 425-947-1967, or Google NUNN, None Better Tax Resolution.
For seniors, the holidays can be fun family time, but can also be a stressful time if you're struggling with bills. Our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says a reverse mortgage may be the holiday gift you're looking for.
Many seniors love their home but are struggling with mortgage payments and other bills. A reverse mortgage lets you tap your home equity for tax-free cash. You can pay off your debts and maybe put some extra money in the bank for peace of mind. You've worked hard for that home equity. Now let it work for you. And best of all, you'll have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. You'll get a no-pressure consultation directly from me or a highly experienced senior advisor. Never a sales pitch and never, ever an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from the reverse mortgage experts, Best Mortgage, the VA loan experts, and debt consolidation specialists too. 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000. Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision.
If you're over 50 and you've been diagnosed with a cataract, or your vision is changing as you're developing an early cataract, you could be a perfect candidate for K2 Vision RLE.
It's inevitable. At some point, typically in your 60s or 70s, you'll have a dysfunctional lens that eventually becomes a cataract. To restore your vision, you will someday need a procedure such as refractive lens exchange.
The question is, are you done with glasses? Do you want to spend your good, active years hassling with changing prescriptions and needing readers?
K2 Vision RLE can give you great vision now, permanently, and you'll never develop that cataract. The procedure is quick and painless, and our state-of-the-art custom lens technologies give highly predictable outcomes.
K2 Vision surgeons have performed nearly 100,000 procedures. We know when RLE is right for you.
Find out. Schedule a free Zoom consultation at k2visionrle.com.
K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Jazz Alley invites you to come celebrate the season with David Benoit's Christmas tribute to Charlie Brown, featuring vocalist Courtney Fortune. Shows run December 18th to 21st. Tickets at jazzalley.com. Next up, Mark O'Connor's Appalachian Christmas.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma